Hi everyone! Today we're going to be learning about basic camera settings, especially these letters right here that you'll find on the top of your camera, M, S, A, or P. We're going to be learning about what those settings do and how much control they'll be giving you over your camera. So to start, we're going to be going over the one that says M, and that one stands for manual mode. And what manual mode means is that it will let you have full control over your camera, and you will have to set everything when it comes to the exposure or how dark or bright the photo will turn out whenever you take a picture. This is really great for you if you're really serious about this and you are really looking to become a pro. You are someone who loves to have full control over things and you want to get into this and take it very, very seriously, then you should definitely set your camera to M, okay? You're gonna have to control all aspects of exposure when you set your camera to M. You're gonna have to set the ISO, or how sensitive the sensor is to light. You're gonna have to set the aperture, which is how wide your lens will be open, and you'll also have to set the shutter speed, which is basically how quickly your shutter will open and close. The next letter is the letter S, and that stands for shutter priority. And what that means is you're going to tell your camera one thing. So you only want to control one part of your exposure, which is the shutter, or how quickly your shutter will open and close. And you want the camera to decide everything else. So you don't want to do too much thinking. You only want to think about one thing, and that's your shutter. Shutter priority is really good for you if you're into a lot of action type of photography, or if you're doing something, let's say for a mom. I would see you using it if you were trying to take a photo of your kids and it was really late at night and they were running or something. They were maybe jumping on a trampoline and it's starting to get really dark outside, and you kind of notice that your photos are coming out a little bit blurry. You should set your camera to shutter priority, and you should try to get that number to be a little bit higher. I would say something like 1 over 125 or 1 over 250, but basically you're trying to increase the shutter speed so that you can get the action that you're seeing in focus nice and sharp, and you're okay with your camera controlling everything else. So that is when you would use something like shutter priority. The next letter is A, which is aperture priority. And so aperture priority, what that basically means is you're trying to decide how wide your lens will open. And for most parents, I find that what you're really looking for is control over this one part of your camera, because most people I know who's just trying to take great photos of their kids, one of the first things that they want to do is they want to learn how to get those blurry backgrounds where everything is sort of out of focus, it's very soft, and just their kid, or maybe their dog or whatever, is in focus and everything else behind them is blurry. Just kind of keep that in mind if you really want to be able to control just that one thing, which is that little bit of focus but everything else is blurry. You really want to try and set your camera to aperture priority. The next one is P, and P stands for program mode. So P allows you to control some things, like you can control the white balance, you can control whether or not it has a flash, and it gives you a little bit more control, but it doesn't give you as much control as manual mode does. So it's great for you if you're just kind of in between. So you should set your camera to P if you're that type of person. Now, we will go over auto as well. So auto is basically saying that your camera is going to just do all the thinking for you. You just want to pick it up and just take good photos. That actually is a great option for you if you're that person. I am okay with auto. There are some people who are really against auto, but most cameras nowadays actually are okay when it comes to auto. There'll be times when they really miss something. So for sure, if you're trying to be a professional and you're trying to do something with photography where you take photos for something really important, you should know how to shoot beyond auto if you're offering to do something like that. But for most people who just want to have some fun with cameras, they want to just take some nice photos sometimes, auto will actually do okay for most people. So if that's you and you don't want to worry too much about this stuff when it comes to the camera settings, then you should just go ahead and set your camera to auto. Anyways, I hope you all learned something today about your different camera settings, and I hope you guys know which one you would like to set your camera to when it comes to shooting.